Hello boys, my name is Yoshi and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough of Metroid Dread. I didn't think I was going to be recording this day, but I decided to do it anyways. In the last episode we did some crazy stuff and dealt with some other things, from random stuff in Hanabuya to a couple of other things. Well, I guess more importantly, we were busy collecting items. After collecting 1,000 items, we are nearly at 100%, very close, and almost done finally. Soon we'll finally get to defeat Beak. In fact, we're going to be doing that today because there's only one area left in the game, Hanabuya, and to confirm my setup, I'm actually going to be checking. Then after this, I'm going to actually use a file setup to confirm whether or not I get 100%. But anyways, there's a big problem in this room. As you can see, there's very little spots to go through. Because the game doesn't really expect you to use the setup here. In fact, I've already messed up because the solution for this puzzle is kind of awkward. You have to go around the entire area, and if the door closes behind you, you actually have to go back through this. I'm still only barely trying this, so yeah. And every time I fill this, I have to go back around the full loop, so I'm actually gonna use a power bomb right here. See if that veils a way through. Of course not. I'm just seeing if there's anything I could do to just skip having to loop around these areas all the time, because it's really obnoxious having to go through all this each time you fail to set up, but I should know what to do now. I think to make sure of it this time, I'll just make sure I dash right off the bat. Anyways, we have a zone where we're supposed to go in and do some stuff, so I'm gonna basically show what you have to do now. It's actually pretty easy compared to other Sparks. All you have to do is that. Problem is, the door closes behind you, so you don't have a lot of time to do this, but anyway, we'll save our progress after this one, just in case we didn't. But anyways, Hanabuya is the only area left at 100%, and there's not much more we have to do, so I'm gonna just break this. Yeah, sure enough, just like Metroid Dread, I mean Super Metroid, and a couple of other stuff. Use a power bomb, the tank breaks, and you can go higher up, and this is where our boss will be located. So I purposely avoided this due to not wanting to deal with the boss until later. But now I have the ability to go in and do stuff. So we're gonna go in here to find the final heal station of the game, as well as our last upgrade, which is a simple missile production and nothing less. Just shoot it with a missile and we get it, the last missile in the game here. While we could go back around and do the other stuff, I do want to confirm I have 100%, which it looks promising, but I don't want to wait too long, so for the purposes of just confirming the setup, I'm actually going to do a confirmation. I think this is the first time I've done this in a game like this. Normally I ignore this, but I'm going to save first, obviously, to get that out of the way. And then I'm going to pause to check my items are 100% in this zone. And then to further confirm that, I've saved, so I'm going to actually close the software and restart it again. Now, I cannot select a new game. If I select a new game, that will pretty much end the setup altogether. So I cannot let this happen. So we need to make sure to do that. Now, if you will notice, I do have a second file on here as well. I practiced a little bit of the speedrun, just the normal 80% from a new file, and it's pretty long, but I think I got a decent amount of items within about 2 hours or so playing it. You can see the progress there. Anyways, with 9:47 on the in-game clock, we finally have 100% items, and there's your confirmation. 100% items have been collected. Which also means, apparently, it unlocks new content in the gallery. Particularly the archives. This is stuff of getting all of the items. It's kind of weird. Fortunately, we don't have ending rewards yet because we haven't beaten the game yet, so I'm not sure if we'll get the full ending rewards. Honestly, I was just trying to get 100% of the game completed, so I think that is enough for me. I believe there might actually be a new game plus. The problem is I don't know what to do with it. Anyways, though, it's finally time to go and beat the game. Keep in mind, even though I have all items, that still doesn't mean the game is over. The game is still going to more or less be very difficult. I still expect to have a big, challenging final fight. Every single Metroid game up to this point has had a very challenging final fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one had one too. Although I haven't really beaten much other than Super Metroid and Metroid Prime, I do remember that the final bosses were always pretty obnoxious to take out. Very infamous for being absolutely tanky, and I'm sure Raven Beak will be no different here. So here we get a cutscene trigger, break the door open, and we find him. Or not. Okay, so we don't actually face him yet. We have a mini-boss to take out in the form of the Gold Chisel Shoulder, which is like the previous soldier, except now he is golden instead of regular. Thankfully, he's pretty similar to his buddies before that. Just realized he might not take damage from that stuff. Because he's definitely not using his shield. That is not good. Let's try our new effect. Oh. Except we need to wait for him to do a big attack first. Okay, well, I tried to do something, but that didn't really work. Okay, so he's like his friend, but I think you cannot do the trick that you did last time. Instead, you actually have to, you can't break his shield apparently anymore. That's a bit obnoxious, because how am I gonna damage him otherwise? I have a guide for how to deal with most monsters, but not every single one of them. So, yeah, sure enough, I actually had to wait on him to do other stuff. Now, it is possible to dodge stuff with flash shift, I will agree. The problem is, pressing A very quickly to do stuff can get really tricky sometimes. Not only that, but it doesn't always work, as you can see. I tried using flash shift there. It's only really useful for dodging to the side, from the looks of it. But anyways, this guy is like any of the guys we saw before. We have to defeat him the same way as we did before. Which is 2 melee encounters, and then he's taken out. And conveniently enough, we also stole all of his energy resources, so now we're back up to full. That is very convenient, because we will need everything we need to take on Raven Beak. So here we find yet another hidden area. What? Oh, I thought our ship was on the area. What is this? It's our last area. Thankfully, there's no items here. We've already gotten 100% completion. So this area simply serves as a way to get to the end game. So we're gonna be teleported into the end area. Now, I was hoping to do this a bit sooner, and I nearly did finish the game on my last setup, but some of the other things took really long, and so I'm doing an extra video to finish it off now, so I can move on to the next video series. But yeah, I believe this is now a checkpoint, so if we were to die, it wouldn't mess anything up, so we just need to make sure we get through it. We have a heal and another save point. Weird. We've already collected all the items. So we're just gonna save here, and then not save anywhere else, and ooh. I think this is a trap that was mentioned earlier. Yeah, sure enough, we have to... Another one of the classic elevator setups. Need a power bomb to get through here, otherwise we can't do the setup. We select yes to use the elevator, and then we go into the final boss. So, like before, we're gonna have to dodge a lot of attacks once again. And we meet Adam yet again before we even get to the end.
Uploading data.
It appears your Metroid DNA has caused you to become a Metroid. Ordinarily, this would have happened immediately after the DNA transplant. Your Faux genes must have slowed down the process. They were the only tribe capable of controlling the Metroids. Though you possess their DNA, you are not a Faux. Your physical prowess suggests that you must also possess Mockin DNA.
That's the enemies we are defeating.
Identify Mockin as enemies. This suggests one thing to me. It is very probable that your metamorphosis occurred as a result of Raven Beak's attack. His presence awakened the Metroid's killer instinct. Since then, your metamorphosis has accelerated. It can no longer be controlled.
Oh my, what's that mean?
Metroid, Samus Aran. Your very existence poses a grave threat to the galaxy. However, there is no need to fear. You can still contribute to galactic peace. You need only use your new powers correctly.
What? Okay.
You have followed my instructions faithfully so far. Continue to do so. It's that simple. I consider your performance here on ZDR highly satisfactory. As I hope, it has even awakened your Metroid powers. I was right to let you live during our first encounter. That one glimpse you showed told me everything. Submit and offer up your power. My plan is the only way to bring order to the galaxy. Fulfill your destiny, Samus. This is an order. Disobedience will not be tolerated.
What is this? Wait a minute. He was Ravenbeak the entire time? You disappoint me. Wow. My daughter? What? This is my father I'm taking out? No way. This is Samus's father right here. Ravenbeak. Wow. Okay. Oh, great. He's really fast. Jeez, he's smacking me around. I am not using my melee counter properly. again, I am still pretty new to the game, so just because I have all the stuff going doesn't mean that I'm gonna win easily. If anything, it's going to be just as hard as all of the other fights. Sure enough, he already took me out. I pretty much knew that would happen. Alright. Unfortunately, we do have to go through most of the elevator cutscene again, but in terms with the other games, or at least the other parts of the game, if we mash plus and minus together, we can go straight back into the fight again, at least. Part of the problem is, though, some of his attacks are rather quick. Nice, we got a melee encounter on him that time. I'm gonna deal with this first. Whoa! Ah! Oh. I think this is the immune phase. I'm just gonna pause right now. So, the first part you have to hit him with missiles. But if you see here, I hit him and nothing happens. He's actually immune right now. In order for him to not become immune, we have to dodge until we get the chance to melee counter, which we got that opportunity, but we missed it. We pretty much have to do the exact thing as we did before. So we pretty much are forced to dodge until eventually he melee counters us. Darn it. So when he does that taunt, we know he's ready to melee a counter. This is my least favorite attack because when he combines it with this, it's almost impossible to avoid. I'm just gonna take it enough right now. We need way more experience at this. And you can see the game, even in its late stages, still not easy. Easy. The game literally is very difficult to do that. I'm sure if they have like an easier mode, this would be easier, but then again, it's still very difficult. Okay, I don't know. My only complaint is this game should be a little bit easier, but that's just me. I tried sliding under that. That didn't work. Well, I know most of his basic patterns now, so I'm not gonna fall for the same stuff he did before. Darn it, I missed that attack. Okay, his health bar turning right, that seems to be an indication of... Yeah, and we missed the melee counter again. Alright. Alright, now he's entered gold form. We can no longer damage him. At this point, only our beam will really help us out more. That bomb attack, the fact that he even has that at all, is probably my least favorite attack so far, because especially when combined with this, it's almost impossible to evade it all. There might be something that I'm missing. It might just require flash shift or something. Oh my gosh, can I even evade attacks anymore? Yeah, he didn't even do the counter this time. He just did nothing but craziness. Yeah, this is looking like another impossible fight yet again, despite having full energy. So it'll definitely be impossible with lower tanks. You pretty much need tanks to do this, at least. Like, look how many tanks I have, and I'm still struggling with this fight. I hate this so much that I think I have no choice but to either take the ball to the face or take the big to the face. It's one of the two, and I don't really have a good alternate strategy to this. Now, there is a spot where we have to power bomb at one point, but I hate that orb so much that pretty much when he... Oh, goodness. My least favorite part of this game right now is when I can't jump at all. And yes, that does a full tank of damage. They really weren't kidding. Oh, got him this time. There we go. Okay, so now a yellow orb is supposed to appear. Maybe I have to use power bombs on him. I just don't know it yet. He seems to be taking the hits now. Orb again. I hate the orb so much. This is the one thing I still haven't dealt with yet, this stupid orb. I feel like space jump is the only way to avoid it. Not only that, but it takes a long time for it to dismantle itself, so... so far, that's my least favorite attack. I have not found a way to do that. It also seems like a very long fight, so... Again, I'm not willing to reset, nor am I going to do other stuff, but honestly, I really need to know how to deal with that. Because this is still technically a blind playthrough, so I still do not know anything about the final boss. These patterns are all new to me. I know how to dodge pretty much every one of his attacks, but that one, not so much. I might actually need Flash Shift for that one spot. As you saw there, I tried to use Flash Shift there. Or at least I'm attempting to do it. Okay, now he's entered gold form. He will not take any more hits. So I think I need to lure this up to the top and then use Flash Shift to quickly dodge instead. In fact, yeah, I just realized that's how I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to dodge the orb for a bit longer, though it's still almost impossible to avoid. When he enters gold form, I don't believe he takes any damage. He has to be destroyed with the missiles. What a faker! What a fake! He tempted me with fate, and then he just straight up did other stuff instead. Okay. I think I finally found what to do with this, and it is not easy by any means. We have to flash shift multiple times just to get through. Darn it, he keeps on falling for his trick. That definitely does more damage than a thing. Yeah, this fight actually, every time you do a fight, especially this one, it seems impossible. We need to know how to counter his attacks, and I just realized that red one, he more or less can be countered. The problem is it's so tight with the gosh darn timing, I don't know if I can ever get it to work. Gosh darn it, I actually gotta hate this fight. If I die 2 more times, I'm gonna seriously watch this fight more so I can see what they do to avoid the different attacks. Just so I don't have to worry about running this fight multiple times. Okay, I finally destroyed the barricade, but I hate this stupid orb attack. This is my least favorite attack to deal with in the entire game. It takes a long time to kill. I know the first time he does that thing, he can't really do anything at first. Yeah, I did that way too late. Oh, see, there, that's an attack I can counter. I knew it. I just wasn't using it at the right time. And the orb does give us regeneration, but only slightly. Again, we did it so late. I don't think we'll ever win this fight unless we figure out how to do that efficiently on the first try, like almost every time. Like, already we're basically dead, so I'm gonna let him kill me here because, well, we're not supposed to take this much damage this early, and you can see I'm getting to the point where I pretty much have to get a good phase 1 here. If I don't get a good phase 1, I basically gonna kill ourselves so we can respawn and hopefully not do stuff. You can see now why this boss is almost impossible. Seriously, Dentel, what were you thinking? Lower his damage. Then it would be so much easier. They better make this game easier, otherwise I'm never playing it again. It's a fun game, I'm not gonna like it. I just feel like they made it way too freaking hard for no reason whatsoever. Of course, I say that as in I might just be bad at the game, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm good either. Okay, I destroyed the thing, but maybe if I stay close to Ravenbeak, he won't do the other setup as much. Okay, that time I ran into him. I know I can't be too close to him, and he's doing that. There we go. Second try, finally got it again. So now we have to dodge his attacks until we can melee counter him back in the face. Which is completely random when it happens. Ah! Again! We had an opportunity to counter him and we missed it. It seems like either I fail to get it all together or I miss it altogether. Oh, there we go. We countered him that time. But basically only melee attacks do damage to him in this phase. Okay, so that... Okay, I just realized something. That thing makes you go so slow. It's so annoying. That's why I hate the ball, because I can't just dodge that and also have to deal with his main attack. At this point, I'm basically forced to take that as a hit. Got it. He tried to get me with the fake again, and I got him this time. Alright. Avoided that this time. Oh, okay. Using a few missiles seems to work better. That one might be better for spamming, honestly. I had a chance to counter him, and I didn't go for it. Yeah, okay. 4 missiles is way better than just doing that. New strat. Only missile him. Fake. Way too late there. Hey, he didn't do his orb this time. At least now I know how to deal with that orb when it does come back. Yeah, see, now... Yeah, see, I just dealt with it no problem now. Whenever you hear a sound cue, by the way, that's when you're supposed to press X. He didn't even do the attack. What the heck, Ravenbeak? Alright. What now? Whew. Okay, well now I've learned how to deal with that attack. We are no longer scared. Fake. There we go. That sound cue definitely makes it a lot easier. There's that flash shift again. Okay, I definitely need to learn how to use Flash Shift. Oh, that was almost late, but it still worked. Thank goodness. Okay, I think we're starting to suddenly learn how to do the Raven Beak fight properly. Ah. Not fast enough that time, but we definitely are learning a lot now. Always keep on jumping over that red one unintentionally, thinking it would be a pink one instead. Dang it, I couldn't even destroy that. I keep on epping that attack. I need to not do that. Okay, got it that time. Got him. This is a long fight. How many times do I have to counter him before he's gonna die? Ah. He's gotta be on his deathbed soon. At some point. That was way too late. I could tell immediately because I needed to shoot missiles sooner. Got him again. Oh. Ooh. Okay, well that worked a bit better. Whoa! Did you see that? That was a very awkward melee attack, and I'm not sure how that worked, but it did. Again, just barely evaded that. Even if I take a bit of damage from that. Alright. Oh, finally! Alright, this is the part where I think I have to powerbomb the yellow orb. I need to figure out when this yellow orb's gonna come out. As soon as it does, I have to powerbomb him ASAP. That cutscene means we're now in phase 3 finally. When's it gonna come out, though? Ah! Okay. Well, this is one of the longest fights I've done in a while. Ah. Ah. Yeah, that definitely didn't work. Okay, that one did. Am I missing something? Am I supposed to do something there? I think I am supposed to do something. That was late. Ah. This is a long fight. I don't know how to end it. Before I do anything else, let's actually make sure I'm not doing anything, because this one fight is taking a really long time. I'm gonna just be right back for a minute. Okay, so I just discovered something. Apparently you can missile him during that entire sequence, and that's the problem I was having. So I actually have to keep on mashing Y to keep on spamming missiles like that, like what you just saw me do there. I have to keep on spamming ice missiles on him. Otherwise, I can't even do anything. So we have to get back into the cutscene, of course. And then I have to just spam ice missiles non-stop. But that can't happen if I do not do a melee counter. Also, it's slightly easier to actually use a power bomb on that phase, which I guess makes sense. You have power bombs at this point. You're expected to use them. So like right there when he does the thing, I have to also shoot him with ice missiles. Otherwise I can't even do any damage to him. But basically immediately after shooting that, I have to press Y to keep on shooting him with ice missiles. Yeah, see, like, not right here, while this sequence is playing out, I can fire ice missiles, and this is the only way to deal damage to him, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. At least now I know how to deal with that. As far as the way I'm dealing with other stuff, it's actually faster to use other stuff. Ah. Of course, if you miss, you get damaged like that. You can also curl up and bow form to evade the attack as well. It was too late for the power bomb. And I didn't even dodge that attack either. Yeah, I'm not doing good with the power bomb strat. It's also completely random whether or not he attacks you back in that or not. anyway. Literally have to just mash here. And only then can we get his next phase going. Which is where things get really interesting. Well, now I know that, I'm definitely gonna mash Y a bit more. Alright, now he has a freaking machine gun. We have to use, this thing to probably dodge it. Oh, great. I tried my best to avoid it. Very difficult to avoid, though. Okay, I'm starting to learn how to deal with this, but it's a bit late now. Jeez, I can only barely evade that attack. Biggest problem is when my space jump doesn't work properly. That was a quick one. This is where we need to start using a flash shift more often. Yeah, fast shift is definitely helping out a lot. Otherwise, we'd already be dead like multiple times, probably. I like how we're doing all this and we still haven't killed him. Alright. This beam is probably gonna get me. Yep, knew it. I like how I went for all that and didn't even kill him. Wow, this is absolute trash. Well, this might be longer, but I am not going to give up. I will not stop until Raven Beak finally perishes. I will do anything to destroy him. Now that we know what to do, his fight shouldn't be as bad this time, since we know now to spam missiles. Also, he only does the main attack things the first time. Afterwards, any missiles won't actually do any damage to him. During the first phase, they're beautiful, obviously, but once he gets red, he just kind of does his big attack. You're not supposed to slide under that, by the way. Now that I know how to actually avoid his melee attacks. The sequence also has random elements to it. Sometimes it'll play out with more opportunities to do damage with missiles, other times it'll give you less opportunities, so it's random how much damage you actually deal with against him. See, like, once he removes that, I can no longer do any damage to him. Yeah, missiles are definitely the best thing to use against him on that part. So yeah, beyond that, we're just waiting for a melee counter. Nothing else, really. Alright, got him. Immediately into the second phase this time. If I had not known how to do that, this would be a lot more difficult. Now we're back in bird form. So far, his big cannon has been the most annoying attack. So let's hope not to get that right off the bat. And this too. Thankfully that only does 50 damage. This, on the other hand, does a ton of damage. We'll need to flash shift multiple times to evade it. So the sooner I can flash shift, the better. And it can last for quite a long time too. It's probably my least favorite attack he has. All the other attacks I can more or less avoid by just jumping at the right time. Okay, that one I was actually supposed to duck under. Did not do that, though. Alright. Evaded that attack this time. I also evaded his other one. Ah, darn it. Okay, see, I told you I could duck that attack, so I think I am supposed to duck that. Ah! Got stuck for a second. Ah! Okay, that one didn't work this time. Whoa, he went the wrong way there. That was awkward. Okay. Phase free. Alright. This is the final phase, so we have to powerbomb the orb now. Oh, here it is. I knew about that simply from watching a lot of videos that whenever he does this, you have to powerbomb it. There's no other way to deal with it otherwise. It also makes sense because, well, obviously you don't want to take damage from that thing, so yeah. Purple Orb can use missiles against it, except he kind of did that instead. That really interrupted what I was trying to do there. I really need to get a melee counter in or two. Alright. I'm very fast with the power bombs today on that. Okay, got him with that this time. And with Beak, we can also lock onto multiple of his targets with the missiles. He just shine sparked. You saw that, right? He just shine sparked to me, by the way. This guy is pulling out all the techs today. Double beam. Oh, triple beam, my goodness. What are you doing? That was almost late. Alright. Oh, this again. How many more melee attacks? Oh. What? Did you truly believe you could defeat me? You overestimate yourself. Well, I think you have. We have beaten you. You no longer serve any purpose. Even your Metroid DNA is no longer necessary. Do you want to know why? What? It's because I now clone an army of the most powerful Metroid of all, Samus Aran. What? No one can stand in my way, not even you. Oh boy. Foolish daughter, leave the galaxy to me. Close your eyes and rest. I think not. I'm ready to melee counter in case he does that again. That was close too. Power is everything. Well, this is awkward. I thought we were done, but apparently not. I'm waiting for another melee counter to come out of nowhere. Whoa. Excuse me, what just happened there? That was a very long final boss, by the way. Again, blind playthrough, don't really know what to do, but now that I know how to shoot missiles, I will not, fail anything like that again. Though, there was literally no warning about that. How was I supposed to know I had to shoot missiles at him to get past that first phase? This game's so brutal to blind playthrough people. But anyways, doing all of this has given us an upgrade to our entire area as a whole. And now he gets absorbed by the X as well. Ooh. Whoa. Okay, this is just an instant cutscene. This is not as bad. But anyways, we have... Raiden Beak is just turned into an X, apparently. And apparently we have to hold down Y to do stuff. Alright. Wow, okay. We're just beaming him in the face right now. Is this gonna work? Okay, good. He was not gonna fool me this time. You've already fooled me enough, Ravenbeak. I'm not going to fool me again. I'm even holding down this just in case, but anyways. So that was the final boss. I don't know where he went, but we kind of just obliterated himself. And sure enough, we have to escape the planet. We now have a beam that literally obliterates stuff wherever we go. Alright, well, knew it. It is never a Metroid game without an escape sequence, and this one is also a doozy. We have to use the Hyper Beam everywhere, of course, to get through the different stuff. Now, we know where our ship is. It's up on the top right area, where the start of Hanabuya was. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with these obnoxious enemies anymore. Oh boy. Well, that changes a few things. Access closed, sealed door. Well, we got up here, but... I have no choice but to keep going here, I guess. Oh, here's a escape way. Alright, this is where we were supposed to go. We're literally just using a massive beam to literally tear through everything while trying to escape. I wonder how tight this escape's gonna actually be, though. Hyper beam door. Oh. Right, because we still need to get to our ship. This is where we have to go. I'm just holding this down because that makes it easier. We're gonna make it. Okay, we made it. Ugh. Don't. You'll drain the ship of its energy. Well, we have to escape the ship. We have no other choice. Oh, no. You again? We just escaped, ZDR. What are you doing here? Ugh. Oh, okay. I wish that final boss didn't take very long, but at least we beat him. Keep in mind, this is a blind playthrough. Oh, we're absorbing this X now. Oh, okay, we're back to normal, apparently. Well, that was awkward. Whew. Well, now our pretty, mostly easy escape sequence, though it did have a couple of chills within, such as having to go backwards that other way, but yeah, we made it work. So yeah, that whole thing before that, that literally was the final boss. So there we go. Blind playthrough, we managed to do it. In game time, it was around 10 hours. In actual real time, since it took 13 videos, that's about 13 hours. Not including the time I took to get through other stuff. My say is just under 15 hours it took. Which is actually very long for a Metroid game. They are very infamous for getting beaten in 6 hours, even an hour and a half-ish. Like, when you speedrun Metroid games, they usually don't take this long. And the 130 I mentioned is when you do 100%. Like, you can get items so fast in some of the other games, but clearly they did not want to play around in this game. There's probably a lot of glitches that I don't know about, but at least we dealt with it. My only complaint to this is the hardest Metroid game I've ever played. All the other games are known for being at least a bit easier to get the hang of, like Metroid Fusion's really easy, Original Metroid's easy, Super Metroid and Metroid Zero Mission can be difficult, and of course the Metroid Prime series is insanely difficult, but not too bad. This one is probably the hardest so far. Like, you literally have to learn how to dodge the attacks. If you don't, you just die super quickly. But I will say, as I learned how to dodge the attacks, I do feel that I got better at the game. In case you're wondering if I quoted something, I mentioned in the playthrough, the only way to get good at the bosses is you basically have to know how to evade their attacks. When you learn how to evade all of your attacks, then you ultimately learn with the boss battle. And each death you have to a boss, the more deaths you have, the more stuff you'll actually learn, and eventually you'll end up beating them after a while once you know what to do. Given, not all the bosses take as long as others, but some are really annoying. A similar thing can be applied to Ghosts and Goblins, the game, you know, where you die in 2 hits. Every single time you die, you learn a little bit more about the game, and as you endure through the grind, you will slowly get better at the game until eventually you could do other stuff. Speaking of which, there is a new game of the Ghosts and Goblins series that is available on only on the Switch. It's called Ghost and Goblins Resurrection. Not going to be playing that. Very difficult, but if people want to see it, maybe give enough comments on this video, perhaps I will give that a try. I haven't really gotten many comments, so it'd be nice for you guys to read comments. But beyond that, I do like this Metroid game. I think it is true to its original series. It's nearly twice as hard as Super Metroid, and they definitely tried their hardest to make it as good as possible. So me saying it's bad is not necessarily saying it's bad. It's more like the game is just really hard and could be kind of tricky to learn. But like, going through the game most of the time is easy. The bosses are the real tough part, as you saw there. Almost all of my deaths came from either those stupid enemies or the bosses. Everything else, I was able to just blast through with ease. There are some tough parts, obviously, but yeah. Definitely crazy. Anyway, we are finally done with this game, and that means we get to do a new game. I did say this was going to be a finale. I was not going to stop until I beat this. So, again, I said this is a blind playthrough, and I mean it. I did not research everything. At least for Ravenbeak, I didn't research anything at all until I found out that Ravenbeak couldn't be defeated that other way. It's more or less, I didn't want to take too long on him, so I just watched up to the point where a certain thing was done. And that's when I learned that you could actually missile him during that section, because who knows how long that could have taken to do that. Like, the game literally gives you no warning that you're supposed to missile. It should have at least have a thing that says, oh, missile me or something. Now, because we got 100% items, shouldn't that mean we get the best ending by default, right? Of course, Metroid's not truly complete until you see the ending. Alright. I don't think we got it. Oh, wow. They show off Metroid Zero Mission for some reason. Oh, what? This is only normal mode? Oh, boy. Now we can do an even harder mode? How about no? I'm guessing the best setting is only available to those who 100% the game on hard, but I shoved this off as a blind playthrough. No reason to do it again, so yeah, I'm going to just... Meh. I'm not gonna do it anymore, but yeah. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next playthrough. Bye.